Usually in the olden days, these Shanti mantras were done before any act. But in Shunya, we make sure that before even the mantra is said for, bringing peace around, first we bring peace to ourselves. We actually practice the 9 to 0, the 29 to 0. Why? Because if we are at peace, the world around us is automatically at peace. So very important is that we should understand the concept of peace. Peace is a state of mind where the mind is no more troubled. Because the mind is not troubled, mind is in a state of complete calmness. All the activities that you do are all in peace. Because they are in peace, they are all good acts, or we say the good karma. Because they are good acts and good karma, the results that bear out from this good karma are all good. Your life suddenly becomes fortunate. Namaste and very good morning to everyone. We are here to celebrate the special occasion today. It's the World Peace Day. And yesterday when I got to know, I thought as a foundation, Sunya International Foundation, we need to actually talk about this day, because one of the principles or one of the purposes of our foundation is peace and prosperity. And it was 21st of September, and being the World Peace Day, I thought it is very important that we talk about peace today. Okay, so on the occasion of the International Peace Day, we are doing this special session. And in this session, I've picked up 3 great verses from the Indian, you can say, system. The Indian system has always worked to explore and understand the concept of I and the existence around. And the question was, are we separate or are we one? The answers they found was that we are all one. And because they realized that we are all one, undifferentiated in terms of the material that we are made of, but differentiated in basis of the work we do, the things that have manifested, we are actually the same ingredient that is common among all of us. And that common ingredient is what we always say in Shunya also, is the basic element of the concept of Shunya itself. The Shunya means there is a point where everybody is one. There is a point, and that zero, that striking that zero is very important. So the peace is in Sanskrit called as Shanti. And if you look at the Indian system, we have always and always just expected this for ourselves and the things around us. And every ritual, every prayer, every thing that a person did in India back those days also, and even today also, we do wish that there is peace everywhere. And so we say this very famous 3 words. We say Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. These 3 words, Om, Shanti, 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 means Om, peace, peace, peace. Now, Om, you would wonder what is Om. Om is just, for our sake today, we just consider as something that initiates things or starts things, okay? Like before you play a guitar, you tune it, before you do something. So getting the mind in order is something. But Om has a lot of more significance, but that's not the topic of our discussion today. Our discussion is Shanti. Shanti is what? Shanti means something that calms down. If you remember the Panchashila that we teach you, when we say the Panchashila are basically, they are the things the mind actually engages in. When we say we shall not harm, the 5 things, we shall not harm. Why do we say that? Because the mind has a tendency to wander off and harm somebody. At that time, Buddha said very specifically that you should be able to observe the state of your mind. If it is harming something, or if a thought of that kind has come inside your mind, or your mind is about to harm someone, you should observe your mind very closely and calm it down. Means you should shant, we say in Hindi or in Sanskrit, to make it shant. Means you calm it down. So Shanti or calming down the mind is the essence of our practice of Shunya. Usually in the olden days, these Shanti mantras were done before any act. But in Shunya, we make sure that before even the mantra is said for, bringing peace around, first we bring peace to ourselves. We actually practice the 9 to 0, the 29 to 0. Why? Because if we are at peace, the world around us is automatically at peace. So very important is that we should understand the concept of peace. Peace is a state of mind where the mind is no more troubled. Because the mind is not troubled, mind is in a state of complete calmness. All the activities that you do are all in peace. Because they are in peace, they are all good acts, or we say the good karma. Because they are good acts and good karma, the results that bear out from this good karma are all good. Your life suddenly becomes fortunate. So, if there is a technique where you can practice to calm down your mind, is this simple technique of Shunya. So, all those who are practitioners, make sure that you never let go of this practice, because this is a state that you have to actually achieve till the end of your life. You can never let go of the practice. Second is, teach it so that others around you also achieve the same kind of Shanti or peace that we want around us. Now, these 3 mantras we are taking is very important. Now, you would be wondering, in the 9 no's we have no chanting, no mantras, then where does this mantra come here? We are not chanting or not using a mantra for some, illogical thing. We are trying to take the mantra to understand why and what it contains, because we are more interested in the content. We are more interested in studying the mantras. Mantras are basically, you can say, a concise or a compressed piece of information that when you actually study it, it can reveal a lot. Especially, they can be very relevant to different times. What was written 5,000 years ago can have significance even today. And let us see those 3 Shanti mantras. There are many mantras, but I picked up these 3. Why? I'll let you know. So let's go with the first one. It says, Om Asatoma Sadgamaye Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. That means lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from the darkness to light, lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Okay, now let's study this. Okay. Now, as I said, Om, we will do it some other day. For today, we go directly to the next verse. That is, Asato ma sadgame. Lead us. So the one who is actually wishing this. Now here, a prayer is a wish. When you wish, your wishes come true. So, what you wish for, you should always be very careful what you're asking for. Now here, the wisher, the one who is actually wishing or practicing, is saying that, Asato ma sadgame. Lead me or lead us from the unreal to the real. Now, what is unreal? Unreal, you see, everything that is temporary, that is ever-changing. We have been studying this, that the whole thing around us is a flux, ever-changing. And hence, we are not attached to it. And we should not be attached to it. So, unreal things are temporary. Unreal things are not going to last permanently. Hence, there is no point in being with the unreal, because unreal will only and only cause you more and more suffering. So, how do you actually travel from the unreal to the real? By having that wish within yourself for you and for everyone. Take me from unreal to real. That is the wish that you go for. Like when you send a child to school, you're telling, within yourself that when I send my child to school, I know from ignorance, from the, the life that we are leading, may the education system enlighten him and he becomes somebody. So our wish is why we do the act. It's always the desire that precedes an act. Okay. So our act is what? We want to go from the unreal to the real. Now, what is real? Something that is everlasting, something that is, going to give you that kind of bliss and happiness. So, what is real? Real is Shanti. Real is peace. Everything else is just chaos and everything is not real. Because you look at things, at the end, after all the things you do, all the chaotic things you do, you only expect one thing, and that is peace. And you get peace. And when you get peace, you feel blissful, because that is real. Peace is real. Chaos is unreal. That is why it keeps on changing. And there would be many ways, in many reasons, in many forms, chaos will come and, torture you or trouble you. But peace, when it comes, it comes in the same form, in the same manner, and it gives you the same thing, that same bliss and the same happiness. While chaos, it keeps on changing your mood. Sometimes you might go emotional and sit and cry. Sometimes you might get angry and go and torture somebody and hit somebody. All these things happen when your mind is unstable. So when the mind is not at peace, it breaks all the Panchashila. When the mind is at peace, it maintains all the Panchashila. Remember this. So peace is something that is real. Chaos is unreal. So we are telling ourselves, we are also, when we are actually studying the mantra here, it's a very, very ancient mantra, and I'm sure every Indian knows about it, that asato ma sadgamaye. From the unreal, take me to the real. That is it. Then second line says, tamaso ma jyotirgamaye. Lead us from the darkness to light. Lead us from darkness to light. What does that mean? You see, ignorance is darkness and wisdom is light. We suffer because of ignorance, because we don't know. Because we don't know, we stumble here and there, we keep on trying, we keep on seeking help. That's where life becomes very, very difficult. So, I personally realize that we are ignorant beings, and only with a right education, with a right teacher, with a right guide, with all the lineages that have been given to us by our great masters of the past, we need to study and enlighten ourselves. The material is there. We need to now become people, students who actually study that, so that we can apply those teachings in our life and get the wisdom that we should get. Because once you are wise, there is no more suffering. They say that a wise man never suffers, because there is no need for him to suffer, because he can actually live in the light, not in the darkness anymore. There is no more stumbling. So here again, the wisher is wishing for us all to go from ignorance to actually knowledge, wisdom. From darkness, we are requesting, or we are making a wish that all of us go to light. Okay, so that is symbolic. Lead us, okay, the third one says, Mrityor ma amrutam gamaye. Lead us from death to immortality. Death is what? Is again something that is surely going to come to all of us. Death is the end of an event. Every moment is dying. Okay, but that death, that moment dying, okay, and the next moment being born, this is all happening. Death is actually a break where all the continuity is happening, but it happens in breaks. So now you have to understand that when we are wishing for ourselves, that we know that one day we are going to die, this death feeling itself scares us. We know that death, this moment is going to go away. That feeling keeps us attached to it. When we realize there is nothing out there that is going to die, there is everything that is always going to exist, we achieve an experience of immortality, that never die experience. And one who experiences that does not need to get attached. You see, why do we get attached is because we think it is going to go away. That is why we hold on to it. But if you know it is always there, you're not going to actually get attached. So this is again a realization. So here this mantra also teaches us that peace comes to the one who understands that there is nothing that is actually permanent out there, but everything is impermanent. That is why it is said that asatoma sadagame, take me from the unreal to the real. Now once I understand that, you see the next follows that ignorance is unreal, it is impermanent, and what is permanent is wisdom. When you get knowledge, knowledge lives for long, okay, till the end of your life, okay, maybe continues after that also. Then mrityorma amrutam gamaye, even death is something that is we say that not real. What is real is you, your experience of yourself, and that is what we say amrutam, means something that is immortal within you. And that is your own observation. Now, when you are practicing Shunya, you have seen the breath going in and out. You have seen that in all those things, you have seen the mind wandering, the counting missing, you have seen the breath going slow, the fast. But did you realize there was one common factor in all of that was you who were actually looking at it, observing it and seeing it, analyzing it. You were constant in all those things. So the constant factor was always there. The immortal one was watching at every moment that was passing by. And hence, this is a very, very important verse that I would say that comes from the Indian education system that was there prevalent at that time, that one has to understand that non-attachment will come only with the understanding that everything here is basically impermanent and nothing is fixed. And hence, I need not be so much attached to something that is just an illusion. So, this is what it brings. So, what is the take-home message I go with is Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Means if I want the Shanti 3 times also has significance. It is said it is Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik and Adhyatmik. There are 3 levels of Shanti. Means one is something that I don't have control on and it happens to me. I want that thing to be calmed down. Something that I have control on and I can manage. I want to be myself able to calm it down. And something that without any reason, without anything, just happens without it, like an accident. Even that should not happen, because that also causes me a state of losing my peace. So these 3 states are basically what Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So 3 times is because of these 3 states. Now again, going back, this mantra teaches us from unreal to real, a journey. From the darkness to light is a journey. From death to immortality is a journey. Now here, if you see this verse, why did I take first? Is because it is talking about me, my experience. It is talking about I wishing this for myself, because, and us also. When I say us means me and everything related to me. I'm wishing this. So it is about me. I'm wishing this for myself. Take me there. And this is a very common verse used in most of the lectures. Before you start the lectures, we tell this and then we start a lecture. Okay. So now let's go to the second. And if you all have any question that pops up, you can definitely ask. Okay. Now let's go to the second verse. Now in the first verse, we saw about ourselves. Now you see what happens. The wisher is now wishing for something else. He's wishing, he realizes that he is not the only thing. He's not a separate entity. Everything is interconnected. Hence, he wishes for something else. He wishes for the Shanti or the calmness of everything around him. And what is around him? This is where this verse takes us. Om Dhau Shantihi. Dhau means you can say, may peace be upon the radiate that. Okay, let's finish the verse first. Om Dhau Shantihi, Antariksha Shantihi, Prithvihi Shantihi, Apah Shantihi, Aushadaya Shantihi, Vanaspataya Shantihi, Vishve Devaha Shantihi, Brahma Shantihi, Sarva Shantihi, Shanti Reva Shantihi, Sama Shanti Redi, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Again, so much importance on Shanti. Now let's go to the English translation of this. Om, may peace radiate there in the whole sky as well as in the vast ethereal space everywhere. May peace reign all over this earth, in water and in all herbs, trees and creepers. May peace flow over the whole universe. May peace be in the whole universe. And may there always exist in all peace and peace alone. Om peace, peace and peace to us and all beings. You can see the importance of why the wish of everything being peaceful was there. Not only for ourselves, but everything that exists should all calm down. Because existence itself is in a state of causing and disturbing peace. And that is why when this chaos or this unsettled state of existence is settled down, peace is an outcome. So, let's study verse after verse. Om Dhau Shantihi. Dhau, as I said, is basically the vast ethereal space. And to add it, antariksha shanti means the universe. That also needs to calm down. The space around the whole existence, then that calm down. Then the universe calms down. Okay, I wish that the Prithvi calms down, the earth calms down. Then the Apa means the water calms down. Okay, Aushadaya, that means the herbs, they calm down. Then Vanaspati, something that we eat, the trees and veggies and all those things, they also attain peace, they also calm down. Vishve Devaha, all the so-called principles that govern this existence, this earth, the you can say the Karya Karan Bhav, we call the law of cause and effect, that also is at peace. That also is not in any state of chaos. Brahma Shantihi, even the realization, the Brahma, that also becomes calm. Shantireva Shantihi, even the peace itself, if it is there out there, that also should remain calm. Okay, and Sama Shantihi, even Sama means, they say that Sam Ved, they were the different Veds, even that also Shanti. So here it says, basically everything that a person knows, he wants that to be at peace. And then he says, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now here, this is a gist. As I told you, these mantras are compressed version of what somebody wants to say. The wisher here is actually wishing for peace of everything that he knows. He knows if there is ethereal space, the universe, the earth, the water, the medicines out there, the herbs, the veggies and the food we eat, even if there are divine forces that are acting on it, if there are some laws that are there, he's saying that let there be peace for everything, even including peace itself. If peace is there, everything should be at peace. In the first verse, we saw how he was wishing for himself and his state to attain that peace, okay, in the journey of knowing himself. Then in the second, when he knows that he is connected with everything, he is wishing for peace everywhere around. Okay, that's another wish that comes out. And wish is what he's expecting will be fulfilled, and he's wishing for everyone. You see this mantra, peace is not only for self, peace is for everyone, because only when everyone are at peace, we will be at peace. You imagine, I say that when we are working hard and we go after finishing a duty, we go home and you see everybody not at peace, fighting with each other, quarreling with each other. We get troubled. We don't feel good because we see that chaos also troubling us. We only expect one thing. We ask them, can I have some peace? Can everybody calm down? Let me know what is going on. And this is very important, that only and only when you calm down, you can engage into any other act. Without calming down, how to engage into an act? That is why the power of a peaceful person is so amazing that all the chaos can just settle down if one settles down. That is why in Sunya we believe that you are the person who can settle down all your surrounding. You settle down first. If one settles down, everything else automatically settles down. So that is why when there are fights, when we go and we intervene, we say, one of you settle down, then the rest will settle down. It's that one that matters, okay? So here, this verse is for that. For everything around automatically getting the same wish that he is wishing for himself, peace. Then we go to the third verse, the final verse. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. May there be well-being in all. May there be peace in all. May there be fulfillment in all. May there be auspiciousness in all. Om peace, peace, peace. Okay, now let's study. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. First verse, let me be the one who is going from the unreal to the real, who is taken away from darkness to light, is taken away from death to immortality. Then with that peace that I have attained, let there be peace around me in everything that exists around me now. in the third verse, what did he say? That may there be well-being in all. Everything should be in a state of well-being, healthy. Okay, no more disease or suffering or nothing like that. Swastir bhavatu. Everything should be swast. Okay, well, in well-being, in a state of well-being. And everything around me. Because Shanti or peace will only come when there is no more suffering in any form. And one of the suffering is when somebody is not well. And we are wishing for the well-being of everyone. So, Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Peace is outcome of peace itself. So, we wish for peace for everyone. In the first, we said that, okay, let there be peace within me. Okay, then everything around me at peace. Here again, after the well-being, he's wishing for peace for everyone. Again, in the third, he's saying, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May their fulfillment for all. Everything that somebody desires, may his desire be fulfilled. Because only through fulfillment of that person, his desires get fulfilled, he will become calm. So I wish for the fulfillment of that. You see, this is very important. Here, it's about wishing for the good of others, wishing that others' desires get fulfilled, wishing that they are well in health, wishing that they are at peace for others also. Then may be there Sarvesha Mangalam Bhavatu, may there be auspiciousness in all. Mangal means something auspicious, something good coming to somebody. We say fortunate. So we also wish that let fortune come to this person. Let happiness come to this person. And this is the third person that we are talking about. We are talking about somebody else. We started the first verse with us. Then we said around us. And now we are wishing for the goodness and everything for others. And that is why these three verses become very important, because they take us journey from inside out. And then we desire for not ourselves, for the world around. And what are we desiring? Well-being, peace, fulfillment, and even Mangalam. That means even the fortune should strike to the ones who are around, everyone. This is what will bring peace. Because if everybody is fortunate, if everything is fulfilled, if everybody is at peace, and if everything is in a state of well-being, definitely there is peace. So you see, the journey is all about peace, but through a wish. People are expecting that everything should be at peace. But are we really desiring that? Are we really wanting everybody to be at peace? That is the question, because that question will answer everything. Are we looking at satisfying our things or satisfying others' things? It's very important. You see, in all these you would have said, understood one thing. It is never about separating you from the others. It is always about you being a part of the others and let others also get everything. So let me give you an example, in Sunya, there is a class and the teacher is going to enter the class. There are 50 students in the class and the children are all the noisy characters. You can imagine a class where there is no teacher. So there is a lot of chaos. The teacher is the one who comes and she wants to she's very happy because the students did well and she wants to reward all the children with some chocolates. So she's carrying a bag full of chocolate. Now she's entering the class and the children see the chocolate in her hand. She's carrying it. Oh, and she's saying, I am here to give this chocolate to you. And the children shouting at the top of their voice, not ready to, listen to what she's saying. And they just go and pounce on her. And she says, no, I will not give you the chocolate if you don't settle down. First settle down. She's putting all the effort to settle down. And some kids are settling, some are not. Till the time everybody doesn't settle down, she's trying to settle them down. Sit down, keep quiet, sit down, everybody in your place. And everybody after they settle, no, you're going to get nothing. Nobody's going to get anything. Please settle down. The idea that I'm not going to get, this is not for me. It's gone. It is not meant for me. That realization automatically settles the kids down. Now kids all become quiet. Some still hoping that they will get. Some still have realized that they will not get. Whatever it is, the kids have settled down. Once the kids settle down, she gives them the instruction. She says, only settle down and then I will give you. And then she tells something, and then she goes to every child and gives them. Okay, she wishes that everybody will get. That is what she wished, but the chaos stopped her from giving it at that moment. And then when everybody were calm and quiet, actually she went and gave everybody. This is how existence is. This is how the world is. Once our unsettled minds settle down, there is so much for us. There is abundance around us. That is why in Shunya we say peace and prosperity. Peace, let your mind settle down, and you will see that, like the class teacher offering you the chocolate, you will be offered great opportunities by existence, because your coming here has a purpose, has a reason, and you need to understand that. And when can you understand that? Only and only when you are at peace. And how do you bring peace? Shanti mantras. These are the mantras that will bring. When you wish for peace around us, peace for people out there, peace for existence out there, then automatically that peace will resonate back to you and you will be at peace. Remember this. And hence, practice of Shunya is to make yourself at peace. Practice of Shunya is to make the world around you at peace. And so today, at this very important day of 21st September, as we celebrate Peace Day, we should realize that every Shunyati out there who is practicing Shunya is an ambassador of peace. Next year on this day, I would expect everybody to do big gatherings, teach, because teaching will take you out of darkness and bring you to the world of light, of wisdom. And when you learn something and you share, you definitely are going to help a lot of people attain that peace. And I believe that peace is all that we want. And for 5,000 years, the only thing that has been resonating from this part of the earth is Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, and peace. And that's what we wish for everyone, for me, myself, my family, my neighbors, my state, my country, the world at large. I wish for you, your family, and everyone that is connected to you. For everything that exists, I only wish that we attain the three states of peace. Peace, peace, peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay? Reciting these three verses one after the other. Okay? So we go start with the first one. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Amrutam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om Dhava Shantihi Antariksha Shantihi Prithvihi Shantihi Apah Shantihi Aushadaya Shantihi Vanaspataya Shantihi Vishve Devaha Shantihi Brahma Shantihi Sarvam Shantihi Shantireva Shantihi Sama Shantihi Redhi. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the session. Thank you so much. See you all again next time.